Good day, we are Group 1 and we are going to be presenting the corporate social responsibility of Nestle. So, for the company overview, I'm going to first give you about Nestle's short history. So, Nestle was founded during 1866 by Henry Nestle and who developed infant food in 1867. This was done with the foundation of Anglo-Swiss, which is a condensed milk company, and in 1905, the company he founded, Anglo-Swiss, merged and is now called the Nestle. And for its locations, Nestle's headquarters is located in Vevey-Baude, Switzerland, where its products are sold to 186 countries. It has over 350 factories in 79 countries. Nestle's mission statement. Nestle. Our mission of good food, good life is to provide consumers with the best tasting, most nutritious choices in a wide range of food and beverage categories and eating occasions from morning to night. Talking about Nestle's revenue profit for the last 5 years. So, as you can see, this is the table of Nestle's revenue for the last 5 years. So, in 2017, Nestle's revenue is over $91,590. 2018, $93,805. 2019, $93,469. And 2020, it's $90,321. And finally, 2021, $95,701. And for the next table, this shows Nestle's profit for the last 5 years. So in 2017, Nestle's total profit is $45,935. 2018, it's $46,703. 2019, it's $46,518. And in 2020, it's $44,488. And in 2021, it's $45,954. And this simply shows that Nestle has been gaining more than 50% of their expenses yearly, as we can see that Nestle is making profit about more than half of their yearly revenue. So for the future direction of the company, so according to Paul Buck, Nestle's chief executive, approximately 95% of the products it sells around the world are now manufactured locally. This simply means that Nestle has factories in a lot of countries where they don't have to ship their products internationally for other countries to gain access of their products. They have factories in different countries which allows them to produce their products to the people there locally. So, he also said, we don't build structures for weak or strong currencies. We set up to work with local materials. We are for the long term. This means that Nestle's factories are all over the world, which stands up for the goal to produce products with local materials around the world. So, this is a very great business idea of Nestle, which allows them to lessen their expenses by paying for taxes. That will be all for my part.
By 1922, the first Nestlé products began to enter the country from Panama. A few years later, in 1930, thanks to the acceptance of the products imported into the country, the company decided to appoint its own distributor in Colombia. The first product distributed was Lactogen, La Lechera Condensed Milk, Nido Milk Powder, Nestógeno, Milo, Nestlé Chocolates, and Slim in 1944. The Nestlé Group arrived in Colombia. The company, Sicolac, based in Valledupar, Cesar, was formed by Nestlé S.A. and Border Inc. At the same time, the company Industria Nacional de Productos Alimenticios INPA SA, Bugalagrande, Valle del Cauca, owned by Nestlé S.A., was established.
The total operating revenue in 2017 was for $500,023. In 2018 was for $500,011. In 2019 was for $400,074. For the last 2 years in 2020 was for $500,031, and for the last year was for $400,041. The future direction of the company is developed in three different steps. The first one is helping 50 million children lead healthier lives. The second one is helping to improve 3 million households in communities directly related to business activities. And the third one is striving to achieve zero environmental impact, zero in the different operations in Nestlé Impact. And finally, we have the Youth Initiative proposed by Nestlé in Colombia, because Nestlé believes that communities thrive when they provide opportunities to younger people and to younger generations, considering that the International Labour Organization estimates that 2 out of 5 young people are unemployed or have a job that keeps them at a disadvantage from other people as a global company. It will help young people develop skills and gain experience to build career or start their own business in different spaces. Also, Nestlé aims to help 10 million young people around the world gain access to economic opportunities by 2030.
So for corporate social responsibility or CSR, this initiative in Philippines. So for the main project, enhancing quality of life and contributing to a healthier future is a mission that Nestle takes very seriously. So the company bases its operation on this principle and strives to be socially responsible. It is not enough for it to simply be sustainable within the community. It must also actively seek to improve people's lives and the world at large. So, for the type of CSR, environmental responsibility, ethical responsibility, philanthropic responsibility, or economic responsibility, also diversity, inclusion, well being, or employee engagement. So, Nestle Philippines corporate social responsibility projects are focused on empowering farmers with knowledge of water saving agricultural practices, or increasing public understanding of the importance of water conservation, and expanding farmers' access to clean water and improve sanitation. So, for the main benefits of CSR, when contributing to society, Nestle Philippines prioritize 3 goals. Number 1 is making people's life better and happier. Secondly is building more robust and more resilient communities. For the third one is protecting the planet's natural resources for future generations with a particular focus on water. So, in business impacts, companies are placing a greater emphasis on their social responsibilities, whether promoting women's rights, safeguarding the environment, or fighting to end poverty on a local, national, or international scale. Companies with a solid commitment to social responsibility tend to enjoy greater public and financial support because of the positive impression they give to customers and investors. So, adopting a CSR strategy positively affects a company's bottom line because it boosts revenue generation, sales, brand awareness, staff morale, and customer retention.
The corporate social responsibility or CSR in Colombia Nestlé, it's developed many different projects and we will show you its benefits. The first one is in nutrition and health promotion. There is a social responsibility because with a focus on nutrition and sustainable diets, Nestlé takes a scientific approach to nutrition, provide a balanced diet and meet nutritional needs at all stages of lives. For example, 1,246 billion its number of servings of adorable nutrition with micronutrients certification in 2021 and the 51% reduction in our sugars is developed by Nestlé products since 2017. For that reason, Nestlé is the number one in access to nutrition global index in 2021. The second one is the climate action. There is an environmental responsibility, where Nestlé is working hard to reduce its carbon footprint and achieve zero emissions by 2050. At least, to achieve this goal, Nestlé has established a clear roadmap by taking action across operations, supply chains, and product portfolios and advocating for broader societal changes. For example, 637% renewable electricity sourced in 2021, and by 2025, Nestlé will source 100% renewable electricity across our sites globally. The waste reduction is also an environmental responsibility, where Nestlé seeks to promote a world in which none of Nestlé's packaging, including plastics, end up in landfills or litter. The more benefits on that is that the 80% of the plastic in Nestlé is designed for recycling. It's important to notice that protecting nature there is also an environmental responsibility. Nearly all of the raw materials Nestlé uses as ingredients depend in some way on nature, so playing a role in caring for the environmental is also a business imperative. That's why it aims to source half of its ingredients through regenerative agricultural methods by 2030. Considering another point, we have the human rights. There is an ethical responsibility developed by Nestlé, because it is focused on transforming agricultural practices at the heart of the food system while promoting a just and equitable transition. In that way, 57,892 employees trained in human rights in 2021 in Nestlé. Caring for people and communities is also a social responsibility because Nestlé is proposing the business as a great place to work now and in the future based on respect. Health and well-being is their property and they bring their purpose and values to life through a diverse and inclusive workforce that leaves no one behind. Nestlé has so many other projects, but the most important business impact is that Nestlé seeks experts and advocates to strengthen the business through the different sustainability networks. The global stakeholder network is made up of the people impacted by its operations and those who influence the different activities. Stakeholders workshops and other events help to deepen dialogue and develop understanding of important societal issues. Interaction helps your teams develop their capabilities, facilitates collective action, and promotes trust and
to have
mutual
healthier
respect.
lives as well as help 30 million livelihood in their communities specifically associated with its business and make progress toward reducing the effect in its operations. Next is Nestle commits to reduce sugar by 5% added to its products by 2010. Upgrade farm economics among the farmers who provide them goods. Progress laborers' livelihood and protect children in their agricultural supply chain. To strive zero environmental impact in their operations. Meanwhile, Nestle will also continue to work to bring its societal commitments to fruition through three impact areas: individuals and families, its communities, and the planet. One illustration is a worldwide promise made by Nestle to cut the amount of sugar added to their products by 5% by 2020.
Aware of the importance of respecting and caring for the environment and sustainability, Nestlé carries out its business activity by optimizing natural resources and minimizing their impact. To do this, it has its own effective management system, the Nestlé Environment Management System (NEMS). Throughout the establishment of general requirements, planning, implementation and operation, control and review of management, NIMS provides a systematic approach that ensures compliance with Nestlé's water and environment policies and current legislation, as well as being established as a very effective way to do achieve international environmental standards.
For conclusions and recommendations, social implications of CSR, the company has been very involved in corporate social responsibility, and it puts a lot of importance on programs that help with agriculture, education, and the development of human resources, community development, health and nutrition, and protecting and preserving the environment. Nestle provided funds to the PBSP projects like the tree planting program in Lipa, the Bayanan Creek Cleanup Drive, and the Tapat Ko Linis Ko program in Bulacan. Also helped with the Cebu Highlands Reforestation Project, the Buenisesco Resettlement Program, the Marine Sanctuaries Regeneration Project, and Disaster Victims Relief and Recovery. Impact of these CSR initiatives on the community. Having a good reputation as a socially responsible business is becoming more vital in today's market. Corporate social responsibility is increasingly important to consumers, employees, and other stakeholders who want businesses to use their resources, including their values, practices, and earnings to create positive societal change. For your business to stand out from the crowd, it must demonstrate that it is a positive influence on the world. One of the best ways to keep your company top of mind and boost its worth is to advocate for and bring attention to socially insignificant topics. For this reason, the community-focused CSR projects made sense. Number 2, effect of the CSR initiatives on company employment and employee morale. Nestle Philippines has been assisting coffee farmers in various regions of the nation since the 1960s by educating them on how they may boost their crop yields and providing them with the knowledge on how to do so. These farmers are visited on a regular basis by representatives of the corporation who stress the significance of effective plantation management to the farmers. By enhancing the techniques used to cultivate coffee, farmers are able to achieve higher yields, which in turn contributes to an increase in the quantity of coffee available in the Philippines and helps farmers earn more money. The company Nestle is a supporter of healthy lifestyles and balanced diets.
CSR performance of the company. What has been accomplished? In 1994, the company established the Nestle Experimental and Demonstration Farm in Tagum, Davao del Norte, where coffee farmers are trained on the most efficient ways of growing coffee. It also serves as a venue for the conduct of experiments and productions of planting materials. Nestle had built up a rural development framework in 2012, which was to begin to roll out in 2013, as the overall well-being of rural groups are essential for the long-term success of their business. Next is Nestle has given services worth $37.8 million in 2012 so that they could help more than 44,000 farmers for better quality of products. And lastly, Nestle utilized more than 1,180 agronomists and 12,000 support staff to give guidance, training, and specified help for farmers. What is still targeted to be accomplished in the medium term? In the coming year, Nestle will continue to help develop well-functioning collection, sorting, and recycling programs to promote the circular economy of packaging and to help reduce the impact of the environment. Successful recycling depends on local authorities providing adequate collection, sorting, and processing infrastructure. Nestle will invest in R&D and new technologies that explore and improve systems for recycling and the management of recovered and end-of-life materials. The CHF 250 million Sustainable Packaging Venture Fund will continue to target investment opportunities for the development of innovative packaging, refill systems, and recycling solutions toward these efforts. Nestle will continue to test, learn, and pilot different systems that allow people to reuse and refill packaging and access different delivery methods for our products, whether in store or for home delivery. At the same time, they will also be working to improve labeling as an important step in helping consumers to understand how to dispose of our products properly.
Now we're gonna talk about the conclusions and recommendations for Nestlé in Colombia. And first of all, we're gonna start with the social implications of CSR. Our headquarters in Switzerland and all Nestlé operations around the world are committed to the preservation and responsible management of water resources. To this end, in 2006, Nestlé established priority in commitments in relation to water called WATAR. That means water, which indicate 5 guidelines that seek to promote the performance and optimal use of water in our operations, in our value chain, and in the communities that we are present. And globally, we direct our research and development actions towards the innovations and renewal of production process to use less and less water and reduce the generation of was water to a minimum. Now we're going to talk about the impact of these CSR initiatives of the community. We are especially interested in the well-being of our suppliers and their families. We want to help them optimize and make their productive activity more efficient, providing them with tools that allow them to obtain higher quality products, which directly benefits our business by having access to a better inputs. This initiative, which has been implemented since 2001, focuses it on efforts of the production of raw materials such as milk, coffee, and cocoa. The first two are the main inputs that we buy in Colombia. In this way, we have already launched important programs in the field of rural development, the Nescafé Plan, and the Agricultural Development Plan. Finally, to talk about the conclusions and recommendations for Nestlé Colombia, we have what is still targeted to be accomplished in the medium term. As a foundation for responsible operations and a long-term business success, Nestlé believes that it must manage its operations in a way that meets the highest standards of business practice and environmental sustainability. This implies compliance with the national laws and relevant conventions, as well as with our regulations, which often go beyond our legal obligations. These are set off in our Nestlé corporate principles and reflected policy documents, and their applications is verified through our CARE program and our internal corporate group of auditors. This is what we mean by creating shared value. Use our business-focused strategies and operations to create value for our shareholders. Serve consumers and public by offering nutritious products that they can enjoy while contributing to their health and well-being. Seek to improve economic and social conditions for people and communities through our value chain, for farmers who supply us with ingredients for the communities where our factories are located, for suppliers who work with us, and for our partners' markets.